Real estate investing is an amazing avenue for generating wealth. The idea of having tenants pay your mortgage while receiving a variety of other benefits is enticing. Often, other types of investing seem limited to intangible numbers on a screen. Owning a physical asset that you can see, use, and improve is something many people appreciate. Adding real estate to your portfolio also helps with diversification. However, it's often too common for people to jump right into landlording without having done the proper research to ensure the investment will actually be profitable. It's easy to glance at a deal and assume that it's going to make money, especially when you only consider the gross income. Unfortunately, much of that cash can be eaten away by the sizable expenses that come with owning and maintaining a building. Doing the proper analysis beforehand will save time, headaches, and money. My name is Chris, and I help teach people about money, personal finance, and investing. If you're interested in improving your financial future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this video is helpful. Identify a target property. Consider what type of property will most closely align with your goals. For some, single-family homes are the best choice because they have a relatively low barrier to entry with the ability to gradually scale. Smaller amounts of money can be spread out over a variety of properties. Others prefer to make bigger moves and purchase multi-family homes where there will be multiple tenants paying the bills. While multifamily requires more management right off the bat, there's lower risk for 100% vacancy because if one tenant moves out, the property isn't vacant like it would be with a single-family home. Condos and townhomes are another option. While they offer lower maintenance because the association typically covers the exterior work, that doesn't mean they're not without their issues. Homeowners associations are all different, and opinions on tenant-occupied homes vary. Also, the fees might cover the maintenance, but it's critical to make sure the association is in good financial health, that they maintain the property to your standards, and that the fees are reasonable. Don't forget the potential for association rules being changed, possibly affecting your ability to rent the property. Choose a location. Where would you like to own? It's generally recommended that you own close to your home so you can keep an eye on things. But is that a growing area that will provide a good return on your investment? As the saying goes, it's all about location, location, location. Ideally, you'll purchase in an area close to home that people are moving to, that has low property taxes, landlord-friendly laws, and an industry that will provide residents with the ability to earn decent income. Home prices also need to be in line with projected rental income in order to make the numbers work. As a rule of thumb, the best areas for investing are where the home prices are slightly lower than average. Buying in the proper area will provide you with healthy appreciation. In low-quality markets, home prices actually go down or fail to keep up with inflation. Even after accounting for cash flow, that could still result in lost money. In a perfect world, the property will appreciate at least 3% per year and it will have good cash flow. Research the projected income. How will you know how much income the property will produce? It's imperative that you're familiar with the rental market and have a very good idea of potential income. When buying a multifamily, there's a good chance that there will be income figures available, but those will still need to be verified. To determine future rental income, take a look at homes that are currently for rent on real estate websites and Craigslist. Local property managers are usually happy to provide insight into the local market and are normally unbiased. Your real estate agent could also give you an idea of what the rent would be. Think about what improvements, if any, could be done to make the property more valuable so it will command more rent. Examples of some improvements that could bring in more rent are cosmetic updates, the addition of laundry, or creating another bedroom within the space. Calculate maintenance costs. Rental property purchasers commonly overlook the cost of maintenance or simply underestimate the costs. Depending on the age and condition of the structure, these numbers could vary drastically. Is there landscaping that needs to be maintained? What about snow removal? The average tenant stays at a property for around 2.5 years. When they move out, the place might need new paint, flooring, and a list of other items that might need to be done to bring the property to the point where it will rent for market price. Furnaces and air conditioners might need servicing too. Most people are aware of the maintenance a piece of property requires, but tend to underestimate the cost. For example, the average interior paint job cost $1,800 according to HomeAdvisor. Doing that every 2.5 years is a monthly cost of $60. There are many things that require maintenance, so don't underestimate their costs. Save for capital expenditures. The second part of the maintenance budget is preparing for capital expenditures. This could include a roof replacement, new windows, new kitchen, bathrooms, flooring, furnace or air conditioner, driveway, siding, and so on. Capital expenditures are expensive items that need replacing occasionally. The average roof replacement is $8,000, with most homes requiring one about every 20 years. That breaks down to $33 per month that you should budget for a new roof. When calculating your expenses on a new property, consider the age of those items and when they'll need replacement so you can begin budgeting for them immediately. In other words, the roof might be 15 years old and will need replacing very soon. Properties often come up for sale when these items are needed because they give the current owner a reason to sell. Decide how it will be managed. Hiring a management company is the easiest way to generate passive income, assuming there's room in the budget to do this. If you plan on self-managing, it's still necessary to account for management, otherwise you're buying yourself a job. Getting paid for your time is critical. A property manager will charge 10 to 20% of the gross rent, with some having different pay structures, such as an additional one-time fee for replacing a tenant. Self-managing can be a huge burden. Being on call 24/7 and dealing with tenant turnover causes many landlords to retire. Additionally, a high-quality property manager is good at what they do and well worth the money, considering many novice landlords are unfamiliar with laws, how to market the property, pricing, screening tenants, and so on. Save for vacancies. You must prepare for a vacancy, which is something every landlord will encounter. It could be a month or more during which the old tenant moves out and the new tenant moves in. Since the average tenant stays for 2.5 years, you should allocate about 3 to 4% of the gross rent for this vacant period. This assumes that the property is in demand and will rent quickly with quick cleaning and improvements. Although, 8 to 10% would be on the safer side, just in case your tenants only like to stay for 1 year. Local professionals will be able to tell you what the vacancy rates are in the area. Set aside reserves. Save a portion of rental income for unexpected expenses. Maintenance and capital expenditures are somewhat predictable, but you need to be prepared for the unknown. Simply saving for those costs alone doesn't leave a margin of safety. What if the property is subject to hurricane damage, flooding, or a fire? What if your homeowners association has a special assessment? What if a nightmare tenant refuses to pay rent and doesn't leave? The loss of income, eviction process, and repairs will be costly. There are always unknowns that couldn't possibly be predicted, so be sure to budget for these unexpected issues. Banks like to see about 6 months of the property's expenses set aside, and that's a reasonable amount. In the event of an issue, you should be able to handle the cost for half of 1 year. Make sure to do the proper research to ensure you make a profitable investment decision.